Lockdown measures have created a huge surge in demand for video games, but not just for the big titles like Call of Duty. There's also a growing appetite for games that don't put danger and adrenaline at the forefront. With a closer look at this side of gaming, joining me now is CEO of Tru Luv, Brie Code. Brie, good to chat with you this morning.
Good morning.
What is the tend and befriend principle? Tell us about it.
So you might have heard of the stress reaction fight or flight. This is something that's used in video games to create what we would call engagement when someone wants to play. But only about half of people have a fight or flight response to stress, or about all of us half of the time, or somewhere in there. And there's another human stress response that's less well known but very prevalent, and it's called tend and befriend. And if you experience this response to stress, instead of wanting to fight and win, you want to take care and to connect and to find solutions that work for everyone. And what my studio is doing is looking at what are interactive experiences built on these kind of behaviors.
It's so interesting. So your company bills itself as one that creates artificial intelligence companions. In 2018, Tru Luv launched a game called Self-Care. The game is called Self-Care. So how is that game different from the ones we're used to seeing?
What we were testing in that experience is it possible to create an experience that, instead of using rising tension over time, which is the gamification model, so a sense of growing challenge or growing danger, growing fear of missing out, any of these kind of fear or danger-based experiences, can we create an experience of deepening connection, and would people find that interesting? Would they find refuge or resilience or transformation in that kind of experience? So we created a set of kind of mini games, we call them rituals, that instead of getting harder and harder as you play them, they follow different curves for metaphors for deepening connection. So things like going from messy to tidy, or awkward to smooth, or disconnected to connected, instead of from easy to hard.
What's the reaction been?
We were quite blown away. I knew there was something there because of the science underneath, but no one believed us at the time. So I was thinking, like, okay, let's get this out into the market, see what happens, try to get a few thousand people in our audience to work with to figure out this model. But instead what happened is we had 500,000 downloads in the first 6 weeks with no advertising. And we were absolutely flooded, and still are flooded, with emails and reviews from people saying that this really works for them. So we hear things like, it's the most calming app I have. It's like it put me in a trance. I feel as if the little avatar is looking out for me as much as I am looking out for them.
I want to break down some numbers with you. According to the Entertainment Software Association, 41% of video game players are women. But the International Game Developers Association reported in 2015 that women make up only 5% of core content creation roles in the gaming industry. How is your company helping to change that?
We kind of looked at taking this audience seriously at every step of the process. So we're kind of reinventing the way that games are created. And so from the beginning, we do a co-design process where we invite people in our target audience right into the center of the design process. Along the way, we don't just sit in a room and look at numbers and do A/B testing to figure out what the audience might want. We include them at every step. We do qualitative analysis as well as quantitative analysis. And we develop a lot of our work live in the product. So we release the product before it was done, and we work with feedback from the audience to give them what they would like and what works for them.
Brie, really, really cool, and great to chat with you this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.